mommy's there, so I think a little daddy time will do him well. Almost 5 years.
Hi guys, I'm going to vlog today. I have a sudden urge to vlog. It's gonna be a very ordinary day, except right now it's 5 a.m. and we haven't gone to sleep yet. It's starting to get bright outside. Anyway, so we're just chilling and I think I'm gonna take Rudy O-U-T. I can't say that word because when I say that word I think he knows it and he gets too excited before the sun comes out, so I don't have to put on sunscreen because it's already getting kind of bright outside and I don't want to take him out when it's like full on bright. Oh shit, I said the word. Did you hear me? Rudy, you want to go out? Ready to go outside? But he knows. Okay, let's go. Also, I need to clean up today as well. Let's go. Oh my goodness. So excited. Okay. Gotta put on your collar first. So, I used to only put on this collar for him. Oh my god, look at him go. Crazy. But he's so strong that I had to get him kind of like the training collar, which is this one. But I never really wanted to use this one before because it makes him look really intimidating, like more scary than he already does. Okay, this always happens. He's literally, focus. He's literally taking a shit in the middle of the road. Thanks, Rudy. Thanks. Come back. Good job. Okay, you need to calm down. To the water. It's so pretty. The sun just came up. Usually it's packed here around like during the summertime. What a great morning walk. I'm glad I did that. It's just such a nice morning, very like fresh and not like humid or anything. So it's definitely nice and getting some exercise. Probably the only time I'll see daylight today since we haven't slept yet. I'm just like not a normal person. I can't be like a normal person vlogging their day. I don't have many of those normal days. Cute. This building, look at this building. I mean, okay. Rudy loves to drink that water. Come on, baby. I walked by this last time and look at what it says. Okay. Okay. Great. I'm nearly home now, and Rudy has managed to find a ball and carried it almost all the way home. It's absolutely disgusting. Come on, Rudy, leave it. But I don't know how to get him to leave it. What is that? So I made it home. I'm gonna clean up this mess. It's been a few days since I cleaned up, so I'm gonna clean it up right now. Okay, all done. Feel much better now. Rudy looks comfortable. Yay, now I can wake up to a clean home. So it's the next day. Yesterday we passed out basically during the day and then I went to see Spider-Man after. It was pretty good and then I just came home and we slept. I have to take Rudy out. He actually hasn't been out since the morning walk, like from the previous clip. And it's been like 36 hours and he's been fine. He's just been like sleeping. He's kind of been lethargic lately. I don't really know what's going on. You okay, Rudy? Oh, your tail wags. I'm gonna make make a coffee and get my day started here, even though it's already like 1:30. But I wanted to update you guys on my life because I realized like I haven't done that, and I've gotten a couple questions recently, people asking me if I'm still at my old job. If you've seen like my vlogs from, you know, last year, you would have seen that I was like traveling in Europe and stuff for my last job. So at the end of September of last year, I was laid off from that previous job, from my last job, and I haven't been working since. I've been, to be honest, not doing much with my life. I know how, like, I've wanted to make this video for a long time, but I don't really know like how to say everything I want to say without like missing stuff and like without seeming the wrong, like kind of conveying the wrong message. Okay, so like from my handbag videos, I often get questions like, what do you do for your job? What do you do for a living? Like, you know, people are curious like how you can afford nice things at like a relatively younger age. If you don't come from money, and I totally understand that. So I used to be in consulting, and I wouldn't say like my job was super high paying, especially compared to some of my peers, like, you know, that are in different industries or whatever. But I mean, it's a decent job, you know, like it's definitely a great starting salary, like for a 20, you know, however old I was when I started my job, like 22-year-old. So I was quickly able to afford a lot of things that I've always wanted growing up. And that was great. But, you know, that's really not enough for me in terms of happiness. And that's why I started my channel. Like, I do not love my job. I don't like it at all, actually. I can just say that out loud. Well, that's not really fair. Like, I don't really like, first of all, okay, the place I used to work at, I didn't really like anyone that I was working with, especially the leaders. I mean, there are definitely good people in the company, and, you know, good colleagues that have come and left, but just in terms of general leadership for the company, it was not a very inspiring place to work at, let's just say. And and I want to preface this, obviously, like, what I'm talking about here is obviously a very like first world issue. And it's a very like almost, I feel like, a millennial issue. People, like most people that have jobs, don't love what they're doing. Okay, that's just a fact. Like, you can't have your way. You know, you have to just sometimes make it work and pay your bills. And that's why you work. Like, a lot of people, you know, do you think people working at McDonald's love their job? Like, I don't think so. You know what I mean? Not everyone, at least. I think towards the end of my time there, I just like started to take it for granted, and I mean, I don't really, and just like stopped putting in an effort, and then I was eventually let go. And when I was first let go, and even now actually, I feel like that was probably one of the best things that happened to me, because it made me much happier not working there. That's true. Like, I was very stressed when I was working there. I didn't realize this, but, you know, I didn't like the work and blah blah blah. So anyway, so I stopped working there, and then I haven't been doing much since. So when I first started my channel, oh, he finished all of his food. I started my channel in the first place was because I didn't creatively love the job I was doing. So I wanted to have an outlet where I can do things that I love and kind of have that, you know, interaction and engagement with like other people, and I just share it. You know, I loved makeup, and then I started incorporating like my love for luxury goods as well. After I stopped working, I realized I wasn't uploading more. I was uploading way less, actually. I just kind of came into a slump, and I realized I'm just the kind of person where I'm more efficient. I do more when I'm busy. If I'm not busy, I just kind of like, if I'm chill and relaxed, I just do that on all fronts. So basically took a mental vacation for a year. Well, it's like almost a year now. So where am I now? I am trying to find a job. Throughout this whole process, my boyfriend has been super supportive. Like, I cannot thank him enough. You know, like, my life would not be possible without him. He's been very supportive, both like emotionally, you know, and financially. It's just like, obviously such a blessing for me. And I realize that like not everyone's that lucky, so I'm like completely grateful, of course. And so because of that, I'm so lucky to have the you know, the luxury of deciding what I want to do for myself. Even hearing what I'm saying now, I kind of want to slap myself, because it's just like, holy shit, like, just get a job and just work, you know, like, not everyone loves their job, just like work and pay your bills. Well, work, you know, find something that can just pay your bills. And that's kind of where I'm at now. Like right now, at this point, I really, like, I applied to the Starbucks downstairs of my building and the one like close to me, because I really just want some kind of income while I'm on the step of finding another job, like a real job, if you will. But I don't think I'm gonna strive for like the normal things I would strive for. So like typically if I was like in my old mindset like a year or two ago, I'd be like, okay, I need a job at least at this salary, right? And then I need it to look good on my resume, because in 2 or 3 years I'm going to apply to business school, and that's why I'm going to do all of these things. But right now, that's not really how I'm thinking anymore. Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I'm thinking and gonna do, but I'm really trying to hopefully get a job in like the beauty industry, actually. Like not like, oh, like blogger or whatever, because I can never be a real like blogger, I feel like. But like, you know, I would love to work for marketing at like, you know, a brand under L'Oreal or something like that, or even fashion. But like those are just like way not paying. And I mean, I live in New York, so it's like everything is accessible to me, like I can apply to them. But you know, not to say they're not competitive, because they're very competitive, I think. I'm not sure. Like I'm excited by the idea of, you know, going to somewhere and working. And for my last job, don't get me wrong, I didn't hate it all. I didn't hate all of it. I loved, you know, being successful in terms of, you know, like getting promoted at my last job. That was great. I worked really hard for a year or two, like, you know, getting to where I was, and then I just kind of like stopped. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. Not working right now. What else can I say? And it's harder. It's definitely difficult to find a job, that's for sure. Even like finding a part-time job is difficult, I think. So yeah, what else do I have to say? Oh yeah, another thing is that when I was around the time I was laid off, that period of time, my PCOS, I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is kind of like I think it's like a hormonal imbalance. I'm not really sure. I think it's just like a thing that some women have. Actually, it's pretty common, so you might have it. Like if you're watching and you're a woman, you might have it. But yeah, I have that. I've been diagnosed with that since like when I was 22. So one of the symptoms, if you don't know, or something, is like you're very likely to gain weight, and you can gain weight very, very easily. And at the height of my weight gain, like earlier this year, I gained 45 pounds, and I was like, holy shit, that's a lot, you know? That was another thing that made me really down as well. Like this past winter, I was like super depressed. I was like pretty depressed. You know, it was really bad. Pretty bad, because like I lost my job, which was fine. Like I lost my job, which is obviously not a great thing, but I kept telling myself like, it's good, like you didn't like it anyway, so like you're much happier now, which I was. But then I was depressed because I just like didn't realize my body was growing out of control. And oh, by the way, I'm like completely to blame for this, because I don't work out and I don't watch what I eat, so it's like completely my fault. So I'm not saying like, oh my god, you know, like my life is so bad, but like and I wasn't really doing much. And then when I went to visit my parents in December, I think, that's when I realized that I should move Rudy, my dog, back to New York. So if you didn't know, I adopted Rudy when I was in college, like junior year in college. So I had him the rest of my college career. And then when I graduated college, I moved him home to Virginia with my parents, because I had to travel a lot for my work, you know, I was gone months at a time, and if not, like, you know, every week I was gone Monday to Thursday, so it's like just impossible to have like a big dog. So I moved him home, and then when I went back I was like, okay, well, I'm not working anymore and I can treat my dog way better than my parents can, because they're like super Chinese and Asian. They're just like, they just like lock him. They don't like abuse him, but it's just like not with as much like love and tender, you know, TLC. So I moved Rudy back, and that really helped me during the winter time. Like, before I would not like leave my apartment, like ever. Like, this tiny little cubicle space you see is like all I would just be in every single day, and my boyfriend would come home and I would just be like on the couch, like where I was when he left. I never like moved, you know. That's why I think I gained so much weight so rapidly. Well, like, if you're normal you might not gain that much weight, right? But like, if you have PCOS, I feel like it doesn't help, you know? So after I moved my dog back and I started to walk him, because my boyfriend is not a dog person, and he's actually allergic to dogs, so he was like super nice for me, just like agreeing with me to like move my dog back. So I take full responsibility. I happily take full responsibility, like, you know, walking him, doing all of this for him, doing like all of the dog stuff. And so I had to walk him like 3 times a day, you know, when I first moved here, when he first moved back. And I think that really got my activity level up by like, I don't know, 10-fold, because I was basically literally, my activity level before was me moving to the couch, to the bathroom, and then back to the couch. Like, that's it. So yeah, I think I got happier that way. So that's been really good. That's been really helping me. So I was thinking, like, if any of you guys are watching that are like kind of, you know, in a slump or whatever, like, definitely, it's really stupid to say, but like, activity, like just moving and going outside really helps. So fast forward, so I have PCOS, right? And one of the things that I have, because I have PCOS, one of the things that's wrong with me is that I don't ever get my period, ever. So since I was 16 years old, I think I've been on the birth control on and off. Yeah, I think I was talking about my period, but so I never got my period before, like, ever. I've been on birth control since I was 16 years old, and I've never gotten my period without the help of birth control, ever, since I was 16. Like, I would go off the birth control, and for like 6 months, nothing, like no period, ever. And then so when I was gaining so much weight, my mom was like, just get off birth control, like that's probably what's fucking you up. And I don't really know if it is. I've always been an advocate of birth control, like always get on birth control if you are sexually active. I feel like, you know, it's just safer that way, but I got off of it, and I've been off of it since January, I think, or January, and about 2 weeks ago I got my first period ever. Like, literally. I was so happy. I was super happy, because ever since I was 16 I was like, I'm barren, like I'm never gonna have a kid, like I'm gonna have to have a surrogate, like I'm never gonna be able to have a kid, because, like, you know, infertility is also one of the things of PCOS. So I was so happy when I got my period 2 weeks ago. So that's really good news. And with walking my dog and just like trying to lose weight and stuff, I've lost about 15 pounds since January, December-ish time. So yeah, I'm really happy. I'm still working on my body, obviously. I'm gonna just say it, I don't really care. So when I was in college, I was just like unhealthy or whatever. I was around like 145, 150. I'm only 5'4", by the way, so I'm like pretty fat. So when my first 2 videos on YouTube is probably when I was like 145, 150. But then when I started my channel, like kind of regularly, like at my beginning of my, like a few of my working vlogs at the very beginning, I think at that time I was probably about 135, 140, because I went on a weight loss thing like after college, and I dropped to 130 pounds. When I was in high school, I was around 120, and lowest was 117. So 117 is like the lowest I've ever been in my entire life, and that was like in high school. And I don't really think I will ever be that skinny again, and I don't really mind if I'm not. I think it's fine. 130 is fine. So 130, and then when I started my channel regularly, I was probably around 135 because I gained a bit more weight, and ever since I've just been gaining more. And then the highest weight I've ever been is 175 pounds, maybe even a bit more, like 176. I just stopped weighing myself. I was like, fuck this. So I'm 5'4" again. That's 163 centimeters, 164. You can do the math. It's pretty brutal. It's actually like my BMI was actually obese. Like what? I was obese, or maybe still am. I'm not really sure. So and you can check out like some of the videos I recorded when I was the fattest, like when I was 175, is like my luxury haul video, which has like 30,000 views. Great. Like all these people seeing me like being large as fuck. Fine, whatever, I don't care. And then my Stuart Weitzman boots video, also I was pretty big, like probably around 175 as well. So now I'm like about 160, and that's still really big for me. Ugh, it's so gross, but I can't. I'm trying to lose weight, and it's really hard, but I'm not really trying to lose weight like number wise. I'm just trying to feel better, you know, like feel better, like look better, feel better, just make myself feel better. So what I'm doing now, food wise, I realized one secret thing. It's not even a secret, like it's super well, like everyone knows this, like if you're gonna eat healthy, like you should do this, but like I'm just sticking to this one rule, and I think it will really help me, and like it's been helping me, and I hopefully will really help me. I live in New York City, so I'm lazy, and I don't really know how to cook, so I always order takeout. Every single night we order takeout, or we go out to eat, or we go grab something and come back. But starting like last week, I started implementing one rule, and it's just don't eat out. I feel like that's really gonna help me not only like save money, but also, you know, lose weight. Because I feel like just, you know, everyone else is like, don't eat out, like eat in if you want to be healthier. So I'm just gonna stick to that one rule. Obviously it's not always possible because, you know, you need to go out and stuff, but I'm just gonna try my best to not eat out. Like I have a lot of food at home. I've been making like ramen and put just like a bunch of broccoli in it and like an egg, like super easy stuff and very filling, and it's like, yeah. So I do that, and then also I'm gonna try to go to the gym because I hate the gym. Like I get so much anxiety when I go to the gym because I feel like I also have like minor body dysmorphia, but like not really, because when I look at myself, I'm like, I don't have body dysmorphia. My boyfriend tells me I have minor body dysmorphia, but like I don't think I do. I think his eyes are just like fucked up because he's so nice to me. He's like, oh, you're not that fat, but I'm like, I'm obese, literally. But anyway, so yeah, so I hate going to the gym, but now that I don't have a job and I have a gym literally upstairs of my apartment building, like I'm so scatterbrained, but I have so many resources like at my fingertips, but I don't take advantage of them. So one of my New Year resolutions, I'm not really, we just renewed the lease to stay in this apartment for another year, so my other resolution for this year of lease is to use the gym more because we pay for it, you know, like, well, it's not extra, but it's like included in our rent, and I don't want to like not use it. And I'll take you guys up with me like in a few minutes, but like right now it's 2 p.m. and everyone's at work. Literally there's no one at the gym, so why don't I just go? And I went a couple times. I went like consistently for like a week, like last month or 2 months ago, and it was great. Like all I did was just like an hour on the bike, and I did some lifting, and I just feel great. And it's like it's not that demanding. I think the thing about the gym is that you just have to do what you want and what you can do, you know, and then just start with that much, and then slowly build it up if you can. Don't go too hard. Like I feel like if you go too hard, then you're just gonna stop going. That's my theory. I've been talking forever, but So to recap, I lost my job. I gained a lot of weight. I'm trying to lose it now, and I'm trying to find a job. So I've made it to gym, and as you can see, there's literally no one here. Except for like one person. So I usually just do like an hour on this bike. And then I just do some weights over here, like some on the machine and then some free weights. So I'm about halfway done on the bike. And we have gym with a view. Okay, I'm done. This is what I did today. I don't know if this is accurate, but yeah. I think I do 3 sets of this and 10 or 15 each. Like my shoes. Hi guys, I made it back from the gym. It was pretty good, and it's like a little after 5 now, and that's why I had to get out of there because people are starting to come in and I just can't. I have the luxury of time right now, so I can go for like 2 hours during the day when no one's there, so I kind of like that. So I'm going to make dinner now, and I'm gonna make a salmon recipe and then also some bok choy and then just some white rice. And that's gonna be it for today. So I'll show you guys like my dinner making and stuff, and then the vlog will just end after that. Thank you for like spending the day with me, and let me know what you guys think of like this vloggy style, talkative videos. So here's the recipe I always use for the salmon, whatever, soy glazed salmon. I'll link this video down below. This is just a screenshot that I took. This is everything with the ingredients, and I'm just gonna flip it over and let it sit and then just pop it in the oven when I'm ready. I'm gonna do everything else right now. Okay, so for bok choy, I just washed it, and I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic and ginger in this pan to saute it for a bit, and then I have chicken broth to make it like soft and yummy. Just let it simmer for a while. It's done now. So that's it. That's the entire thing. The bok choy is really soft. I like it softer than crispy, and you can see there's a little bit of chicken broth in there, which I like as well. That's it.